All right, guys, I am They Coming, and welcome to today's stream. We will be streaming the Supremacy League semis and grand finals, so here we go. Guys, what is up? What is up? If you're catching the VOD, thank you for watching. We will be spectating the final 10 duos through 2 semifinal stages, followed by a grand final that will come right after. So we have 3 full sets of games to watch. I believe there's supposed to be 21 games in total, because each set is, yesterday's sets were 7 games. I think today is also 7 games, but I could be wrong. We will do this as best we possibly can. I actually got notice that I was allowed to do this about 30 minutes ago and quickly set up the stream. So apologies if I'm bleary-eyed. I just woke up about an hour ago, or maybe like 40 minutes ago. So anyways, let's go ahead and make sure we're not missing a spectate. They are live for the first match, so here we go. 3 minutes and 44 seconds in. Let's check it out. DMZ Mr. Cool on the BK. Tavine on the queen. So we got some queens all the way around. We'll go over the bans after this match is over. Got a spike. So VZ has made it through to this round. RC has made it through to this round. Verword has made it through to this round as well. Looks like a little bit of farming going on. Everyone's just kind of minding their own business. No early aggression just yet. Now fight over the middle goblins. Very nice. Cool picks up a little bit. Ooh, Fist and Oxen on that spike. He's taken low. He's going to go over to his teammate, Bennis. Question is, will that king pull a chest? Or will he hold his coins for the 2-minute mark? Kings can do that. He is going to pick up a chest, going to pick up the heavy. I think it's a nice call considering he does have the wizard. See if we can catch some more action around the map. Looks like VZ taking a dominant position here in the center, occupying some of the carrots. Very nice. Looks like the queen, though, is missing a healer so far. Going to be wanting to pick up maybe a medic for rares. At this point, I would imagine that there it is. 2-minute timer. Fight over the loot goblins in the very center. Considerable amount has gone over to VZ. Considerable amount went over to Benisu. And, of course, Mr. Cool on the BK. Very nice. Looking good, looking good. Kiki, what's up in the chat? How's it going? So let's see here. Let's see here. Minute and a half left. Bennis is going to go invisible. Go through his teammate. Got to be careful, though. Just poking away. No longer has HP on that trader. Going to run through, grab a heart. Okay. Chris K-Bomb is here. Chris K-Bomb is Noxon's partner, if I'm not mistaken. Final minute. Here we go. Dive for the loot goblins. The spikeage is real. Power's going to take some damage. Get a few gems and walk out. Going to get knocked around, though. Power is in between a rock and a hard place on that king. Is going to slip through, though. But here comes VZ. Power has escaped. Any more aggression? Any more aggression? Anyone going to go down? Anyone going to risk it for the biscuit? Carrotage seems to be the name of the game if you are not able to pick the center. But look at all these scores. I see one 360 gem score there. I see 199, 199. Could VZ tie gems? It's going to be very close. Noxon was busted, though. We missed the bust. Looks like it was at the hands of Chris K-Bomb, but Chris K-Bomb now goes down. Chris K-Bomb is going to pick up that money and run to the corner. Goes up to 394, and we'll see who wins. GG, nerds. Very good. Very good. So that was the very first game. Let's go ahead and check out the scores as they are posted. I'm going to be looking at the table here. Should be updating this as we go. So here we go. First match. I'm going to make sure I've got it all cropped out properly. Come here and go like this. 4 scores. Okay, so we lost the game sound. Give me a second. That was oversight. Drag you to the back. So we keep our game noise. Right here, we're looking at Badatina, Tavine, Noxon, Chris K-Bum, Power, and Kogama. I think it's Mucha or Macha, plus Lucho, Mr. Cool, and Benasu. So we'll see how these scores are going. Hopefully this is the screen that will be updated. If not, I would assume someone is going to call me out on that. But we do have the first scorecard. I'm going to go ahead and download that and share that with you now. First scorecard is going to be this. Scores. Let's get rid of this guy right here and pop up our scores. Supremacy screenshots. I did get the majority of this put together about 5 minutes before we started, so you'll have to forgive me. Why can't I download the image? Download image. Okay. Here it is. Spoop. All right. Here's our first scores, guys. First scores are right here. Slide this behind my camera, and we should be Gucci. All right. So it looks like Benasu did take it, followed by Matcha, followed by Kogama and Lucia. So VZ putting up 2 of the top 5 spots. Very nice. Mr. Cool and Benasu, number 1 and number 5. Very nice. Chris K-Bum and Noxon were both busted, so Noxon's team ended up going out in the first game. So let's make sure we're not missing the next one. I'll be looking at that spectate in the background. But yeah, GG's there. I'm going to be also checking the scoreboard here, and it looks like we do have scores that have been updated. So let me go ahead and pull that over as quickly as possible. I'll go ahead and change my overlay real quick. Slip this on top of, slip this up right here. And it looks like this. Mr. Cool and Benasu are up to 18 total points. Matcha and Lucho up to 18 total points. Power and Kogama 13. Badatina and Tavine 7. Noxon and Chris K-Bum 3. So it looks like, based on busts, Matcha and Lucho were able to tie up with Benasu and Mr. Cool. So that's very nice. It's a tie game to start. W there. W there. W there, nerds. What's up, Jimmy? How's it going, baby? What's up, Harsh? How's it going? Over on that Twitch side. Hope y'all are doing well. So let's go ahead and get here. Back over to the game so we don't miss any starts. Only a few seconds late to the last one. Not a big deal. Do have a hot cup of coffee. I got up literally like 30, 40 minutes before I started streaming and saw that Andre was like, yeah, sure, you can stream. He sent me all these, he sent me the Supremacy graphics, and I quickly plugged them in. Got that going as quickly as I possibly could. How are you guys? Jimmy, we are kicking some butt, man. We're kicking some butt. Yesterday, I did reasonably well in the in my group stage, but it was like working with my teammate. I wasn't able to keep him alive, and he ended up getting busted out, I think, in a number of games. And even though I survived and like placed pretty well in terms of the like individual standings, I needed to keep him alive. Join before all spectator slots are taken. Did I just click the dad? I did. Here we go. All right. How did we miss it that much? Jeez. I was chatting. All right. Cool. Looking at both of these spoikes. Cool and Venice. Venice does escape down. Cool with a little poke. On that battle healer and Frank start, does not want to get stun locked by those spikes. And you know what? You know what? I'm being honest. Yesterday on Queen, I had been starting with a Frank frequently if it wasn't offered in the back, because I can't stand being stun locked as a Queen. I can't stand the spike stunnage. So unless there was just no other good stuff in my line, Frank was actually a priority even for me on Queen, which might seem kind of crazy. But yeah. Something I also forgot to check on were what the bans were. I'm seeing some arrows out. There's a fireball there. Not sure what's happening here. That looks bugged. We're going to back out and come back again. No, it wasn't bugged. He's just... I guess people are realizing they can't take him down just yet. People kind of spread out, doing their farm game. Queens are looking like they've been farming pretty well. Really, no one's looking particularly small. Maybe Botatine is a little tiny, but he's on the Invis spike. I have been spike Invis before, and it is a feels bad man when you don't see it coming and you get double grenaded. Fireball does land, hit a little bit of Botatini's squad. He is going to slip to the outside. Continue to grow the squad. All right, here we go. Mr. Cool pushing, getting bounced around a little bit. He is between a rock and a hard place, it would seem. But, you know, King has that crazy ability to, like, just survive. And as long as he's able to keep that battle healer plus the Frank alive, you can live. Does get the Wizard back. Unfortunately, Wizard is not going to have the coverage of the battle healer. But I don't believe that was his start anyway. Push onto, what's that, Noxon again. Mr. Cool looking for Noxon once again. Push onto Chris K-Bum. Does maybe need to be careful. But Venisu over the wall. Going to aid his teammate. What a savage play right there. Out of Venisu and Mr. Cool. Push on the Noxon. Noxon is not, he is wrecked at the very last second. Oh my gosh. Once again, Noxon and Chris K-Bum going down 2 games in a row. Were they the only busts? They might have been. They might have been. All right, going over to our scores. I'm going to hide this real quick and get ready. So this is game 1 scores. I'm looking for the screenshot for game number 2. But yeah, 2 games in a row so far. Noxon and his teammate, Mr. K-Bum, have been busted out towards the very end of the match. Unfortunate there. All right, Mr. Cool on top. Let's go ahead and get that downloaded. Game 2. Okay, so this is Semi 1. Game 2. Let's get the picture. There it is. Mr. Cool on top, 577 gems. Lucho in second, 447. K-Bum eliminated by Noxon. So actually a team bust, being able to deny another team a +2, you take a -1 instead. That's a play. But also they were at the very bottom of the standings. So geez, I mean, what was that like? That was a +3, and then but they took a -1. So that was only a +2 on that game for Noxon and Chris K-Bum. Chris K-Bum knocks him off to a rough start, but Benisu and Mr. Cool are off to an amazing start, having taken the first place position in the first 2 games. Let's make sure we're aware of our spectate here. And let's go ahead and throw up the overall scores. Looks like Lucho actually Lucho with Matcha slipped into the first place position with 2 overall busts. 36 points. Mr. Cool Benisu trailing by 2 points. So still a very tight race after the first 2 games for the first place finish here. Waiting for someone to go live. I think Mr. Cool is probably checking Discord right now. Mr. Cool is back online. We should be starting very soon. Next round is in 30 seconds. Just got that notification. Very nice. But yeah, geez. So, you know, third place isn't too far behind, but definitely very middle of the pack. But the first 2 slots, very close. Third and fourth, very close. Fifth right now, far off. Very far off. What could have been a +6. There was a team bust to deny a +2 to another squad, but that took them from 6 down to 5. It's interesting there. You can see the overall score here, overall points, or the individual standings. Got to maybe do that a little bit better. Individual standings look like this. Matcha's on top with 2 busts, followed by Benisu with 1. So RC and VZ are duking it out right now. We're only in game 2 of a 7-game set. Only game 2. We are live. Let's go, nerds. All right, cool. Rush in the middle. This time on the Mortis. Very interesting. So taking an early hot pot. Something that I am very, very scared to do most of the time. Unfortunately, won't be able to capitalize on carrots just yet. Does have to forfeit some carrots to another squad there. When you're slow like that, with the hot pot in your hands, it can be really scary. Honestly, it can be very scary living life that way. Putting on a little bit of damage here. Cool, desperately trying to save Bennis. Bennis does slip away, and on that king, as long as he's able to get a couple units back, he's going to be okay. But lots of damage down onto the Mortis here. Does barely survive that. Now going to pop onto the... Oh man, Mr. Cool having to play serious defense right now. Also down to 1 or 0 squaddies. Does get a little MJ fadeaway onto an opposing squad right there. So here we go. Let's start tracking some other teams. Looks like that action has died down. Kogama on the spike doing his thing. Question is, where is his teammate? Not sure. K-Bum taken low. That looks to be Noxon beside him, I would guess. Does get up to 4 squaddies once again. Importantly, though, on this queen, seems to be missing a source of healing. Other than perhaps Blazing Light. I'm not sure if that is off the table. Again, we haven't looked at the bans yet. K-Bum. Oh, man, this is a party. This is a party. K-Bum, some aggressive plays. I guess trying to chip down the spike. Does take a lot of damage to that Dynamite. The question is, can he heal the Dynamite enough so it's not instantly taken by this Mr. Cool poking away on this Mortis? Dynamite is looking rather naked right now. And the Dynamite is probably going to go down here. Yep. Lost another one. K-Bum, though, between a lot of business. Rolling to the outside. Now we have Noxon and K-Bum in this top right side. I want to say in both games where they went down, they were standing in corners. But K-Bum is going to invis and be able to slip out just barely. The problem is he's already low. If he doesn't get that invis cooldown back, he could end up in a bad spot once again. Question is, where is Noxon? I think Noxon is still top right. I just missed him. Yeah, Noxon's right there. K-Bum is with him. Now it's a little bit of Queen on the spike, poking away. Being poked down, Noxon onto 4 squatties. But look at this Kogama on his spike, looking rather enormous, having taken no damage almost all game. Now where's the action here? Looks to be a little bit of a fight. Power going to take some damage. Kogama onto Matcha. Massive damage. Huge party top left at the final seconds. So I saw a 408 gem finish, if I'm not mistaken, and one that was over 300. Those might have been the top gems. But we shall see. We shall see. Let's go ahead and catch our screenshots. Game 3 should be coming in just a moment. All right. We should have screenshots. Where are they? Here it is. All right, game 3 screenshot. Send me game 3. Slip over here to our scores. Hide this real quick. And put in game 3. Spoop. Mr. Cool on top once again. Holy moly. Mr. Cool. Jeez, RC. Rocking the house. Bennis does slip to 9th, so 1st and 9th, but still, that's a +10 and a +2. Consistently getting in someone in that top spot. 3 games in a row. Very impressive. But look at that. The difference between 7th and 9th. Only 4 gems between those 3 positions. Noxon did manage to get out of the bottom 2 positions on this last game, making it up to 6th. So GG there. Noxon's got to be feeling much better about that one. CDE. Taking having a nice punch into the top 5 this game. Holding number 2 and number 5. Let's see if the scores have been updated here. Looks like they have. We have Mr. Cool and Benisu of RC in first place. Very nice. But notably, only, what's that? Only 9 points? What's that, 6 points? Jeez, my math is bad this morning. 9 points separate the top 3 positions. But I mean, look, it's like 3, 3, 6, 3. Still, 1st through 4th, very tight. Noxon and K-Bum are going to have to make some serious moves in the final. What's this going to be? This will be game 4, 5, 6, 7. The final 4 games, if they want to make podium and go to the finals, they're going to have to make moves here. Absolutely going to have to make moves. So GG there. All right, let's go and hop over here. Make sure we don't miss our games. I need to make sure also that YouTube is looking good. Got my live going on. Hit this button, hit that button, hit that button. Waiting for the spectate. Waiting for that spectate. And we're live, baby. Okay, okay. Okay, so it looks like we are starting our spectate with Mr. Cool. Again on the Mortis. Very interesting to see Mr. Cool's Mortis play. Mortis is a character that, or is a hero, me myself, I'm starting to get a better hang of. But it feels like it can be really hit or miss for me some days. Some days I feel like I'm real hot on it. Other days I feel like I'm an absolute oaf. But yeah, I see a lot of success with Mortis when I just play a very like passive pokey game. And then if I'm gonna all in someone, I need to be very sure, very, very sure that there's nothing else going on that is going to threaten me, because he's not so straightforward like a Barbarian King or an Archer Queen is, or a Spike is. There's a little bit more finesse involved in playing a Mortis, for sure. But already some action. Noxon and Kogama. Noxon getting pushed back by the Hog Stampede. Interesting to see Hog Stampede has made it through. K-Bomb and Noxon, though, just going to be buddies up at this top left side. GG. Might be a little bit of lag. Sometimes, I guess if there's a lot of spectators, the game can be a little choppy. Let's follow another character, though. Let's follow Lucio over here. Kogama, though, going to try to deny part of the patch. Does get a couple coins and a gem for his trouble. Looking for some other action. Everyone is kind of spread out right now. Uh-oh. Bennis and Cool have partied up down here. Going to be working to protect one another. Interestingly, ooh, what a grenade! The timing from Bennis. Mr. Cool chasing Bennis out of that corner. Or chasing Tavine out of that corner, and Bennis just with the hot grenade. Man. Beautiful grenade. Beautiful grenade. Gonna pick up some coins. Oh, but top left. The action. Tavine pushed into the vines. Noxon with a bus. I know Noxon has to feel good about that one. Needs to be getting some bus to bring his team back into this semifinal here. Chris K-Bum running the top side. Now, where did Noxon go? A little bit of action here. Is a little bit of a party. Bennis, though, just working to get a little bit more gems, a little bit more farm. I see bottom, middle. Something's happening. The chaos. Man, the temperature of this lobby is so high. Every little movement. Someone gets pushed one direction, they get pushed into another squad, which causes more temperature. And look at that. Some gems taken. Very nice. Uh-oh. Matcha, a little bit of trouble here. Is going to slip away. Does lose the Optimus Prime in the mix there. Uh-oh, but Matcha pushing through it. This looks a little sus right here, dude. Oh, no. Matcha trying to make a play. Is going to survive, but ends up trading away gems. Wow. Wow. Very nice. So, notably, Noxon and K-Bum are able to pick up a bust, giving them a little bit more life in this semifinal. GG. All right. So we're waiting on the Game 3 screenshot. We shall have it soon. I'm actually saving all of the screenshots here from these just so that... I don't know. I just like keeping records. So far, seems to be a solid performance from RC. Also, a solid performance out of... Hold on. Let's get back over here. What's going on? What's going on? League scores. Oh, I see what's going on with this. I'm a dummy. All right, there we go. We are waiting for screenshots here. No one is sending a Game 4 screenshot. Okay, that's an interesting situation. Interesting situation. Okay, so no Game 4 screenshot so far. This is still Game 3. We are waiting. 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 All right, Game 4 screenshot. Saving the image. Bringing it in. Okay, we're over on the scores, and we're going to be bringing it here. Scores. There it is. So, looks like Kogama out on top with 249. A much tighter finish this game, for sure. Only about 100 gems separate number 1 from number 9. CDE Tavin was eliminated. Not at the hands of Noxon. So although Noxon and K-Bum pushed Tavin into the vines, the bus didn't actually go to Noxon and K-Bum. So Verwert has to be a little bit rattled by that situation. That would have been a massive pickup to try to bring them back into a top 3 or top 2 finish. So yeah, a little rough there. Definitely feels kind of bad, man. When someone dies in the vines, even though you're the one that has really pumped them all the way down to 0 HP. So unfortunate there. No bust from Noxon or K-Bum. No bust. All right, let's check. See if we can get our business here. We don't have a countdown for the next game just yet, so we're going to be hanging on. Got our window capture. All right, if scores are being updated. You know, one thing that I'm noticing about this, it would be kind of nice if they were to, like, put, like right here, like, put, like, game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, 7, and then put like a little box where it says check, because right now it's just calculating up. I think it'd be interesting to have some sort of a confirmation on this screen that tells me, just in case I forget, right, which games have been accounted for, like what games have been accounted for up to this point based on the score that's shown here. But Mr. Cool and Benisu are in first by 7 points. Matcha or Mucha, someone's gonna have to tell me what that's supposed to say. I'm just guessing. I know matcha is like this awesome tea that I like to drink. Matcha and Lucho, second place. And then it looks like Power Kogama in third. So it looks like the top 3 positions are kind of tight. Fourth is a little bit further away from third. Noxon and K-Bum, though, a good 30 points down. All right, here we go. We have a game. Let's get it, nerds. Let's get it. It has started. Time to play. All right. Cool. Once again on his Mortis. Let's go ahead and float to some other squads here. It's all Power. Power taking some gold. It's an interesting move there. Spectate looks broken, dude. Let's fix it. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Okay, I thought that was something different, Harsh. I'll have to get it together next time. All right. Yeah, dude, I wish they'd responded yesterday instead of like 30 minutes before we started, because I would have had a little bit more time to suss that out. All right. A little bit of aggression. Bennett's going to turn around and smack the other king. He is taking some damage. But Tavine does steal away the key from Bennis. Bennett's going to push on to Noxon. Noxon could get punched again. A little bit of an interesting move from Noxon. Is going to lose the Leon, so no longer has the speed boost. The question is, can he fight off a king in that scenario? I don't know. Noxon does look to be sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place in this corner. Power, cool, pushing on the Noxon. Noxon is going to manage to slip away, but how far does he get? It looks like he is out. A lot of activity on this top left side. Bennis pushed around a little bit. Picking up the Alita again. Alita is such good damage, by the way, single target. As a BK, I can imagine just excellent, excellent damage coming out of that Alita 1 when you fist. Love seeing that. Love seeing that. Love it, love it, love it. Also, I can't... It would appear that my combined chat is broken. I do apologize, guys. I'm noticing that now. And that is actually kind of an issue for me because... yeah, that's an issue for me right now. Yeah, my combined chat is a little bit busted. I do apologize, guys. I'm only working on one display, whereas my last living situation, I was on 2. So it makes my screen real estate a lot worse. Anyway, sorry about that. Benisu by himself. Lots of activity down here. Power. Matcha going at it. Matcha busted. Power, lots of gems. Looks like Power may end up taking it. Based on that, Power finds Lucho. That's definitely a W for Power here. Very nice. What a game. Power popping off on that Barbarian King. G to the G. GG, GG, nerd. I mostly do want to say hello at this point. Sorry I haven't been calling people out. Tiny777, so glad you're streaming the tourney. Hope everything's having a good weekend. Yeah, man. Long play. What up, dude? What's up, Drop It? What's up, Battles? Love is war, love is war, love is war. I was wondering why my chat was so silent, but I thought maybe I'm just streaming earlier than normal and people don't know that I'm live. Then I actually clicked my stream preview, and I can see people are typing. Seems like he's not reading the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I just realized it. What's up, Mozzarella? What's up, Phantom? How are you, man? We are doing good. All right, so that was game number 5, if I'm not mistaken. We have 2 more games in this semifinal. There will be 1 more semifinal series, immediately followed by a grand final. So W there. W there. All right, semifinal number 5, the scores have come in. Let's go ahead and save that screenshot. Show it up. Pop over here. All right. And let's get that. Let's put this away. There it is. So game number 5. Looking hot there. Looking hot there. SG Power in the first place position. Mr. Cool in the second place. Kogama only 8 gems behind. Very tight between second and third there. But it looks like, once again, RC placing themselves securely in the top 5. Game after game after game. RC is doing something right in that regard. The big thing to notice here is that SG Power was able to take down not 1 but 2, but only one of them counted as a bust. Matcha died in the vines, not to SG Power, but Lucho did die to SG Power. So, and that's why he's got so many gems there. So many gems. Game number 6 should be starting soon. And for those of you watching that are saying, why aren't you using the regular scorecards? Guys, I got it set up like moments before that we were asked to be streaming this, or that we were cleared to stream this competition. So if something isn't totally right, well, I had limited time to get it right. So what you see is what you get today. You'll get the better finished product the next time we do one of these. I was just thrilled to do it. All right, 30 seconds for our next game. Looks like Bennis and Mr. Cool, first place. Power Kugama, second place. Macha and Lucho in third. Baratina Tavine in fourth. So there is potential for Baratina and Tavine to slip into third place with a good final 2 games. So third and fourth could flip. I'm not seeing a real way for Noxon or K-Bum. They would have to have the most epic of comebacks. They'd have to have top 2 finishes in the final 2 matches here with busts to be able to slip into the top 2. Like, they'd have to have basically the most killer games of their life to have a shot here. So yeah, keep that in mind. Game should be popping off in just a second. So we'll make sure that's up and ready to go. Did we get the screenshot or not? All right, we're live. Let's go. What's up, Ken? How's it going, dude? Supercell really needs to let us redo our names. Yeah, it would make it would make life a lot more comfortable for people that like want to join teams. There's another lobby in semis. Yes, there'll be a lobby after this. There'll be another 10. 7 games, 5 duos, and then we'll have the final. Cool. Fisting those goblins. Gonna fist out. Very nice there. Gonna go over here and help his buddy Benisu. Doesn't want to let his teammate die for nothing. See, Cool just showed up at the perfect moment there. Does want to punish the queen if he can, but not really built up very much yet to do so. Punching here. Let's follow elsewhere, yeah? So let's go over here with Kogama. Kogama, actually, the Hog Rider. You know, Hog Rider is one of those units that in 2.0 hasn't really been picked a lot, like in a squad league lineup. But man, when you're offered him in a random 9, like Gym Hunt lineup like this, I think it's totally reasonable to want to pick him. He's holding for rares. Does nail the pile there, but there's lots of healing all the way around. Tons of healing stations. Lots of business is going to be healing. Anything interesting going on over here? Baratina is in the very center of the map. That can be a very scary place to stand. If 2 teams want to pinch you, you are dead. Boy. Uh-oh, but what's going on up here? A little bit of action. K-Bum chasing down with his queen onto Kogama. Is going to invis just to slip around a little bit. Trying to heal himself up a little. Does have Noxon to back him up, give him a little bit of a buffer on that top right. Question is, what's going to happen? There's so many Pam heal stations. Oh, no. Power. Taken low. Does get a nice little punch. Is trying to heal. Does end up healing. But what is he going to do? Down to 120 gems. But it looks like there's some madness down on this bottom side. I can't find it. Oh, my gosh, man. There it is. Lucho looking low. Is going to maybe go down. Oh my god, why can't I follow? Lucho is still alive. He's gonna get busted. But who did the bust go to? That is the question. More action. 4 squads all around one another. Lots of busted units. Lots and lots of busted units. Power just kind of chasing. Does tap Benisu. Takes a few gems. Power looking for any little thing that he can get. And there it is. Okay. Let's put that away. Let's grab this group here. What's up, Sizzymon? How's it going, dude? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, 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 nerd. Do 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 do. Just doing work while watching the tourney. That's what's up, Ken. That's what's up, man. There's 2 sets of semifinals, other lobbies. Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah. All right, so we should be having scores for Game 6 coming in. We have 1 more game in this side of the semifinal bracket. It will be, I believe there might be a brief pause while they get together the other semifinal lobby. And here we go. Game 6 screenshot is here. Got it. Pulling it over here. And uploading that right now. Here we go, nerds. Game 6. Noxon on top. K-Bum on top. That was the match 6 they needed. Top 2 finish with a bust. Is there a dream to be had? Coolin Bennis slipped down. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? We don't know just yet. We don't know. Not yet. So very interesting there. We've got this going on now. Oh man, it's possible, but they would be playing for 3rd place on this last game. They would be playing for 3rd. They need 13 points. No, excuse me, not 13 points. So the scores are increasing. Is that it? I don't know that Noxon. I don't know that they have it, guys. It looks like top 2 have been secured. Perhaps Macho and Lucho could have a standout performance in this next game and improve their position to number 2. But it looks like top 2 has been decided. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. So yeah. Last round, starting our game in 30 seconds. We will have the business incoming. Oh yeah. What's up, Mafia? What's going on here, TC? Are you guys party playing? Playing party? Bro, it's literally we're literally streaming a tournament, dude. We're streaming a tournament. Do 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 do. Okay. Man, I have a headache, kind of. We're in. Final game, guys. Beautiful. Little tree giant action. Mr. Cool on the RK. Ballsy to play RK in this final game, of all things. I wonder what he sees in his lineup that has caused him to play the RK. There's a bit of a question there. Cool and Bennis are going to split the tree 50-50. Throwing all of his stuff out. Bennis is going to be fisting his skeleton barrel as a way to give the king farm. That's an interesting teammate, like heads up team play. He keeps throwing the skeleton barrels, and then Bennis sees it and he fists it and takes all the gold. Cool with Bennis, stunned together, but Bennis is going to take what he needs and get out. Bennis has been stacking up some keys. He's going to roll to the outside and grab those carrots. Let's follow Mr. Tavine here. Also, notably, Noxon and K-Bum have to have the game of their life once again to have a shot. They found the win condition in Game 6. The question is, can they do it again, but also bust down Mr. Cool and Bennis or Lucho and Matcha early on to keep their scores down and allow them to slip up? That is the question. K-Bum and Noxon need busts if they're going to have an opportunity here. Look at this. 6 squads, 7 squads, bottom, side. Cool. Bust Matcha. Lucho busted. Not sure who got it, but it didn't go to Noxon and it didn't go to K-Bum. At least that's what I'm believing here. Stampede onto Bennis. Love how the king just sits inside of the spike. Doesn't care. Is going to throw the healing station down now. Boost up that HP a little bit. He's going to move back to get a nice burst of that heal. Boom. Noxon, though, taking a little bit of damage on his BK. Someone's invisible. Still invisible. All right. Question is, if there's anything to be done here, it has to come from Noxon. It has to come from K-Bum. Otherwise, they are out of it for the finals. He's got to get damage done. He's got to get gems. He's got to get placement. He's just staying in it. He's sticking in it. Noxon, though, looking low. Does manage to heal. The question is, can Cool burn down a tree to win the game? Doesn't look like it's going to happen in time. Does pick up a couple more gems. Only got to 201. We shall see. What's up, Greg? What's up, Harsh? How's it going, nerds? How's it going, guys? How's it going? What are y'all up to? How's everybody's day going? Hope everyone's doing well. TC, you need coffee. I have my coffee, nerds. I need to go pour some more hot coffee after that. All right, guys. We should have our semifinal 1 finish here. So semi 1. We just got the final game score. So this was game 7. and I will share that, and we will have the semi results, so we'll know roughly at least two of the three teams that will be going to the finals. At least I think that's how that's supposed to work. Let's go over here to scores. Let's get our screenshot for game number 7 right here. All right, and with that, we see Noxon and K-Bum in 7th and 8th. We know that Noxon and K-Bum have been eliminated at this point. The question is, how are the scores going to shake out? CDE does actually have a strong finish in the final game. Bennis and Mr. Cool fall a little bit lower, but because of their strong performance early on, unlikely that they get dethroned from number 2. We will have to see. Mr. Cool also did get a bust, so that is a +2 for Mr. Cool. So Mr. Cool effectively has tied second place in this game. You love some iced coffee? I like cold brew coffee. Iced coffee is one thing. I like cold brew coffee, which is not iced coffee, by the way. If you're a coffee like nerd or connoisseur, or just an a-hole like me. No, I'm kidding. Cold brew is a different product. All right. So here it is. That's our semi game 7. Let's check the scores. It looks like our final result is going to be Mr. Cool Benisu, Power and Kogama, Matcha and Lucho, Baratina and Tavine, Noxon and K-Bum. I believe that is going to be the end. I believe that's it. I think cold brew is made with nitro or something. No, Kiki. Cold brew is steeped in room temperature or cold water. It is coffee that is very coarsely ground, and it's steeped in room temp or cold water. Iced coffee is brewed in hot water. So you steep, and when you steep coffee as a cold brew, it takes a long period of time for that coffee to actually brew. So oftentimes the people are like brewing it for like 10 hours. And it is a different flavor profile entirely. Cold brew has a sweeter flavor, naturally sweeter flavor. You don't have to add like sugar to it. Whereas iced coffee is going to be closer to like your regular coffee profile, slightly more bitter. More of the roast comes through when you have iced coffee because it's brewed hot. All right, so we're going to take a bathroom break real quick while they get the next lobby set. We should be starting very soon. And it looks like Janish is going to be the one to watch. So you know what, guys? Give me just a moment. We'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm going to use the bathroom. Promise we won't miss the start of the other half of the semifinal bracket. But after this 7-game set, we will have the finals immediately following. So don't go anywhere, nerds. We will be right back. All right, guys, we are back. We are back. We washed our hands. We're feeling good. And it's time. It's almost time. Two teams are still missing right now from the lobby, so we're not quite ready to begin. But let's catch up with the chat. Let's see. We have, and I'm going to pull up my other screen so I'm not missing YouTube. Let's go RTK, says Bestia. That's what's up, dude. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Squad busters.
You like spicy or sweets? I like spicy food more than sweet food, personally. Like, as I've aged, I like spicy foods. I like savory, I like spicy more than I like sweet. But I love some chocolate. Love some chocolate. I like dark chocolate, like 70 or 80% dark. I also like it when they put like sea salt in chocolate. I think it's amazing. I've had chocolate that has like dried cranberries and blueberries in it. It's like dark chocolate. It is fan-freaking-tastic. All right, all right. Note, if VWT loses the semi, they will be out of finals. Oh, says Ken. Oh boy. Hold on a second. Mikey Key was saying over on the Twitch side, I have to make cappuccinos at work and I'm still trying to figure out the foam science. Oh, Kiki. I could teach you foam science, but I kind of have to be there to show it to you. I used to train the servers at my restaurant, at the restaurant that I was at, how to make cappuccinos. You have to aerate for 5 to 8 seconds before you send the wand to the bottom of the pitcher. So you create more foam to start, and then you incorporate the foam at the end. But yeah, I mean, we could go like Demi Moore, Patrick Swayze, like pottery scene with it. We could do that, darling. Spicy for the win. I get spicy, so my family. So my family. Gosh, the chat is too small for me to read right now. I've watched so many videos, but I think the machine is shy. I don't know. Send me tips. Yes, please. Yeah, it's like you always like when you steam milk. You want to steam with the wand vertical to start. If you're doing a latte, you want to aerate with the tip of the wand near the top of the milk for like 2 to 3 seconds, and then send it to the bottom, and then tilt the pitcher to the side, and so it starts to spin. With a cappuccino, you want to typically aerate with the tip of the wand near the top of the milk for 5 to 8 seconds, and then you send the wand to the bottom, and then tilt the pitcher to the side. But yeah, I was the coffee genius at that restaurant for the 3 years that I was there. I always did the coffee trainings, despite just being their office manager and event coordinator. Coffee is always it's been a passion of mine for the last like 10 or 15 years. Whoo! Vortex milk, yes, yes. If you're doing it right, you're getting a vortex. And also the way that you can tell if it's hot enough is you hold the pitcher in your hand. And when the pitcher becomes too hot to hold, you take your hand off and you cut the steam. That's how you tell milk, like if the milk is hot enough, if the milk temperature is correct. If you're going for extra hot, you go a few seconds longer after you take your hand off of the pitcher. Also, one good way to make sure that a latte doesn't cool down too fast is to put hot water into the cup to heat it up before you drop your shots into it. Although when you do that, the coffee can become a little bit more bitter because one way to keep a latte or a cappuccino, one way to keep espresso in general sweeter is to drop it over ice. So that's why iced lattes taste so good. Our game should be starting shortly here. I'm getting more and more Discord messages. 30 seconds. Should be starting shortly here. Should be starting shortly. They're reminding people about the initial screenshots and the final screenshot for each game. GG. And also, I want to go in here and see if we have the final. We do have the final here. The bans are Heal Pack, Max Burst Shot, Chicken Clones, 2 times on Pam Healing Station, and Sonic Hero has been banned. So here we go into game 1 of the semifinal bracket number 2. Yanish on the king. Reminder, VWT on the semifinal number 1 bracket has been eliminated. VWT must win out here. They must place top 2 to guarantee their position in the semifinals. 3rd place in both lobbies will be compared against each other to determine the 5th team to be added to the finals. VWT looking strong on this top right side. Yanish is going to poke away at the opposing BK. Going to try to take something away. Throws a bomb, backs off into his corner. VWT occupying the top left side. Someone has been busted already. Did not catch who that was. Beto. Arthur RK. Samuka SB. W there. Backing off of those gems, Yanish is going to prioritize that, have priority with the BK. The Spike couldn't really contest there, has a couple unfused units. Is a little dangerous in that sense. I guess once he got offered the Colt, he was offered the Dynamite afterwards. Dynamite is the strongest option in terms of a hot shot on a Spike. You could also argue that an Elita 1 or a Wizard is also very, very strong. Just giving you better cooldown reduction on the grenades. But nothing really going on here. Everyone kind of playing the passive farm game right now. No one wanting to throw. A little bit of priority taken over the center by the Spikes. Sasha, though, losing some HP. There is a party in the top right side, though. Yanish slipping away. Uh-oh, Samuka SB has been busted. There's a naked BK running for his life. Gonna pick up his Frank once again. Slip to the outside. Yanish is looking low. He could be thrown into the vines with this bomb. And Yanish is busted. The question is, did he die to the vines or did he die to a player? We won't know just yet. Beto occupying the top left. Looking strong. Solid size squad. Running past Ramanochi there. Gonna farm it. Gonna farm it. Beto looking solid with his number of gems. The question is, how are the gem counts around the map? Sasha looking the strongest with 390 right now that I can see. Archer RK making up some ground with gems on the center. Also going to make up some more ground onto this Yeti here. Sasha, though, looking very strong. Up over 400 gems, 414. Question is, can Sasha hang on to it? Sasha has to get some first place finishes to guarantee a spot in the final. But this is just game 1. Sasha, though, taken low. Beto pushing onto Arthur RK. Sasha was busted. So a bust onto VWT. Game 1. Not the start that VWT is hoping for. But let's see, an 809 gems onto one player. GG there. Like he was saying earlier, there was a fourth. There was a fourth what? I kind of missed the context there. GG. GG. So, looks like Blazing Light made it through. But once again, our bans are Pam, Heal Station, Heal Packs, and not Scatter Shot. It's Burst Shot. Max Burst Shot. It's not Scatter. Scatter is Scatter Shot later. Scatter Shot Laser is the Colonel Ruff's ability. All right, so scores. Here we go. Let's make sure that we get our screenshot for game number 1. It has been sent. Downloading it now. Let's go here for Supremacy here. So this is Semi 2, Game 1. Cool. Our screenshot is right here. Get this loaded up. Semi 2, Game 1. Bip, bip. Hide it. Here it is. Ashen 1 with 809. Beto MG 567. RTKVT 401. VWT both busted in 7th and 8th, but Samuka and Kini busted in 9th and 10th. So the question is, how do the scores shake out after game 1? Let's check it out. Let's go ahead and throw this up. Be waiting for those scores. I'm going to grab some coffee while this is populating. So you guys don't be sad if I don't talk for the next 15, 20 seconds. I got to go into the kitchen and pour some more coffee. All right, I'm back. Still waiting for those scores to populate, but it looks like we have a game already. So here we are. A little bit late, that's okay. Need a little bit more hot liquid for my vocal cords. Kino has been busted. Romanochi on the queen. Interesting start, honestly, taking the B. Very interesting start on a queen. I guess just wanting to, like, add DPS pressure if someone wants to all-in you. That might be it. Just gonna go walk up with his spike there. So this is interesting. Spike is playing the outer ring, while the queen is kind of protecting the position. He's probably going to make a call for his spike to come down and get these carrots, or not. I guess neither of them have the Mavis, but they might try to, like, push them off if they come. Looks like they're not doing that. That's fine too. The goblin pickup always feels kind of weird. Honestly, what's going on here? This is an interesting choice of Ramanochi. But they're looking at Samuka, and they're going to get him. Very interesting there. So lots of respect shown, but also a very, like, risky play from VBK. Artur busted. We need to follow the action. Look at this. Beto's taken low on the spike. Is going to escape, but only momentarily. Beto's surely going to be busted. But now, RTKVT is busted. So, oh my gosh. Ashen gets a nice stun onto Giannis, but that King kind of laughs off that damage. Sasha taking a unit off. Another stun. Plenty of busts so far in this match. At least 3 that we've seen. GG there. 1 minute left. There's a party on this top right. Moving across the top left. People are chasing for kills here. Giannis gonna slap the VBK Ramanochi, but Sasha. Ooh boy. VWT feeling hot about this game so far. Some good busts together. Very nice. I can't tell if they're leading or not, and it looks like they might be. Ashen one doesn't have very many gems, about half as much as Giannis here. Besarita has a similar amount of gems. Could push across center, but going to play it safe. Doesn't want to get stun locked by that spike. Any more action? Kind of a thin lobby, to be honest, towards the very end there. There were plenty of busts that game. Lots of good activity. Plenty of activity. All right. Keep switching, but while spectating to see where the action is going. Okay. I will keep switching more. Heal packs. Bok, 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 bok. All right. Okay, so let's check for our screenshots here. The second screenshot has just arrived. So this is game number 2 of semifinal number 2. Let's grab this right here, go over to our scores. Get our screenshot for this game. Semi 2, game 2. Okay, and here we go. Surprisingly, though, it's not being updated here. Oh, that's not what we needed. Rip me. Rip me. That was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. Save. There it is. VWT. Strong finish for this one. First and third. VWT also picking up 2 kills in this game. Now, VBK did pick up 2 of their own, which is pretty massive, right? But if we go over to our leaderboard here, looks like they are beginning to input the scores. So let's go ahead and tune in for that. Ashen 1 plus VT, Sasha and Giannis. So looks like the scores are actively being updated for game number 2 right now. Very tight contention for the top 3. Very tight placement for top 3 at this point. Let's get in here and look at the individual standings. Looks like we've got RTK, Ashen 1 on top with 19. But man, the top 6 spots are only separated by 4 points. That's wild. 4th through 6th is tied at 15. So as the games progress, there should be a little bit more of a difference between all of the players. But man, this semi is looking a lot tighter than the last one right off the rip. CDE is down there at the bottom, but also Go is actually winning over CDE despite having one player in flat out last at 0 points. That's very interesting. I just did get the notification that we have less than 30 seconds for game number 3. So get ready, nerds. Get ready. Get ready. Sasha and Giannis are holding on to third for VWT. VWT desperately wants to get one of their players into this grand final. And these players right here, Sasha and Giannis, are their last hope of that. So here we go. We are live. We are live. www.gg. Let's go. Gonna have the stream preview there. I'm gonna have my chat group over here. Bip. And where is my Twitch? Bip. Okay. W raid. Dead is raided with a party of 1. Thank you very much, Deadrar, for the raid. Shout out given to Deadrar. Deadrar was my duo partner yesterday, and he also live streamed, so give him some love. If you haven't seen Deadrar stream, he's an excellent player, man. Excellent. Giannis taking a beating, though. Trying to give a little punchy. But look at this madness. Artur VBK, or RK, looking low. The grenade, barely not enough to kill, but boom. Bray busted. Artur busted. Ashen one. Trying to lock up some stuff, but a little scared of this Archer Queen. Or that might be his teammate. I might be trolling. I think I am trolling. All right, so Ashen one is with VT. Okay. So they were just supporting each other around the center there. Very nice. All right, let's move the camera around. Find the action. Besarita pushed up to the top left corner. Is going to be able to heal. Does have the Poco. But does have plenty of hearts also to juice him back up. Looking for more action. Looking for more action. Looking for more action. No action just yet. Everyone seems to be kind of spread out. Being respectful. There is a little bit of action over here. VWT has the spike cornered. Can they stop him? They do. Samuka will go down. 2. But now Sasha's in a little bit of trouble. Besarita is going to punch him. Can Sasha get out? He does barely. Now the question is, what happens here? Now Sasha's naked. Oh no. Sasha is naked on that spike. That's a feels bad. He needs to stay with Giannis to be able to open some chests and get himself back into this game. Having dropped lots of gems. Not a great sign. But anyways, Beto, it goes down. Lots of gems picked up by Sasha. But Sasha, once again, doesn't have a lot to help support his hero here. Sasha chased off. Romanochi up top. Ashen one. Looking nice on this spike. Very nice. Has the Witch for some extra buffer. Which is another troop that is sort of an unsung hero or an unsung squaddy of this game. There is some action down here on the bottom right, though. Giannis playing very well with a small squad on this Barbarian King. But his teammate does go down. Sasha goes down. Giannis, though, holding on to 409. He is leading over some much larger squads at this moment. Does catch a little bit more there. Looking for some more action. Not finding it. Everyone playing relatively passive around the center. Romanochi does fall. About 60 gems at the last second. Giannis streaming Supremacy. Nice. Big W, dude. Yeah, big W, dude. Big W, bro. All right. They approved it like 30 minutes before we started, too. So if things aren't set up as pristine as I would like them, that's why. All right, so we should have a screenshot for game number 3. We're waiting on that screenshot you see on the screen right now, game number 2. And, of course, we can flash the overall scores after game number 2. We'll go and flash that before we see that the scores are updated. It's like Ashen 1 and VT were in first. Beto and Ramanouchi in second, followed by Sasha and Giannis. So a tight finish, honestly, for the top 3 positions so far. That's only after 2 games. The scores have to shape up a little bit more. Let's go ahead and download our screenshots for Game 3. Downloading the screenshot right now. Game 3. And let's put it on the overlay. Game 3, semi 2, Game 3. Bip. There we go. And here it is. So VBK with the first place finish, followed by Giannis in second. Sasha ended up getting busted in 6th place, but a bloodbath that game. A bloodbath. 10 players, 5 busted. The game was really thinned out by the very end there. Ashen 1, I think, did end up falling one spot, one position towards the very last few seconds of that game, getting caught in the very center, probably trying to pick up more gems to increase his placement, but ended up falling, I think, probably from 2nd to 3rd. Even though Sasha got busted, Giannis did a great job protecting Sasha. Yeah, like when Sasha got taken down to no squatties, if Giannis wasn't there, Sasha would have died a lot sooner. But Giannis holding strong on that king. WW. Let's see how the scores have been updated here. Still no updates on the overall scores. We're keeping our eye for the spectate for game number 4. Squad Buster stream, barista training, check. Yeah. Waiting on those scores. Waiting on our... I was looking up the... what was it? Like, there's a pottery scene with Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze that reminded me of like teaching someone how to make coffee. I think it was when Kiki was talking about it. Because you have to like stand with the person if they're just not getting it. And that image pops into my head every time. All right, here we go. Scores have been updated. Ashen 1 plus VT is remaining in first place with 53 points. Beto and Ramanouchi has 1 more bust than Ashen 1 does, but still in 2nd place position. Seems to be a gap widening between 3rd and 4th, but we are in for the next game. All right. Sasha on the queen this time. Samuka still on the spike. Man, my eye. Itching. All right. All right. Lily Man busted. Samuka busted. Where's the action? Everyone's kind of farming in their corners right now. Don't see anything happening just yet. Uh-oh. Ashwin and Giannis, though, having a little bit of a spat. RTK VT has found Giannis. This could be lights out. Does manage the blazing light and get away. RTK VT was busted, though. In the process of chasing down that Barbarian King. Does end up getting busted. Giannis is going to push back in the King v King, but Giannis is the much smaller king. It looks like RK should be able to take out Giannis, but missing the fireball could give him some more life. Sasha shows up to try to punish out this king just a little bit, but man, Arthur RK on this Barbarian King is looking quite hot, quite chonky, quite difficult to take down.
Sasha taking damage, but is following up onto Ashen One on the spike. Question is, can Sasha get him? He's going to step into those vines, but then steps back out of the vines, giving the kill over to Sasha. In that scenario, it's almost more preferable for you to die in the vines or attempt to die in the vines. It was pretty clear at that point that spike was not getting away from that queen. It's maybe a slight misplay, not making the best of a bad situation. Sasha is going to slip away, but look at this heal. But look at that Jesse turret, though. Putting down some damage. Is going to fuse up the miner. Looking for the action. Everyone's kind of spread out at this point. Numbers on the map have thinned out. I think there's been at least 3 or 4 busts so far. Question is, can something else happen here? Can they get some more business? Besarita is looking huge. Does find the smaller BK. Janish is picking up all the hearts he can find on the map. And this looks like it's bugged out. We're going to have to rejoin. "25 seconds, 23 seconds. Business on the bottom left. Lots of business. Sasha being pegged down. Sasha goes down. Besarita most likely awarded with that kill. GG. Okay. What a game. What a game. What a game. Strong, strong, strong finish there. Lots of busts. We will be looking for semifinal round 4 screenshot here. So game 4 should be posted in just a moment. Okay. And the screenshot looks like it just came through. We're going to download that bad boy. Game 4 screenshot right here. Come on over here. Go to our scores and get our screenshot uploaded real quick. Game 4. Bip, bip. And show it. All right. So Besarita with 450. BBK Ramanchi. Or Ramanchi. 411. Archer RK. Best OMG. Janish and Sasha. So Janish and Sasha at least placing around the middle of the pack. But notably, Janish and Sasha were able to pick up 2 kills. So that effectively increases their placement by 4 points at the end of that game. W there. So another bloodbath of a game. 5 of 10 players busted out. Let's check it out. So Sasha and Janish look to be hanging on. For 3rd place. Only 5 points behind, but it's unclear to me whether or not those scores have been uploaded just yet. So we'll give it a moment. See if those numbers change before our very eyes. All right, not seeing any changes there, but also keeping our eyes on that spectate. Game 5 should be kicking off in just a moment here. We don't have a start round yet. We are waiting for that. So, Barbarossa RTK, what up, what up, what up? From Brazil. Glad you're here, my guy. Glad you're here. Round starting in 30 seconds. It would appear that Critical has not been in the last couple of games. For one reason or another, he has been out. Besarita has been on his own So what's crazy about this last game here is that Besarita, didn't he score first? Besarita ended up on top, carrying by himself in a duo scenario. Lilymon is a bot. In the previous game, Bray was a bot. So Besarita actually managing to put up numbies by himself, not only getting first, but getting a kill on top of that. Massive W, Besarita OP, and the spectators live. So here we go. All right. We're going to hone in on some other people. It looks like Giannis wants some early love over onto Beto. Beto taking an early beating and the immediate pinch. A little bit of an unfortunate spawn situation. They will not let this spike go. The fireball barely misses. And the spike is running for his life. Unfortunate for VWT. Unable to lock up that spike. That was a booty clincher of a moment for sure. Samuka, though, taking a fist. Returning with a unit bust. Going to run. Gets the double stun off onto Samuka there. Going to pick up a chicken. Strangely, not going to pick up another Primo. Opting not for the Primo, but for the chicken instead. Going to pick up a box. What does he go for here? A penny. Interesting plays so far out of Samuka. I guess wanting to go ahead and guarantee the penny treasure. Let's keep moving, though. Everything feels very passive so far. A little bit of aggression between Giannis and Ashen One. Ashen One and VT holding it down in the middle of the map, soaking up as much loot as possible. Definitely going to be going for another Shelly here. Very nice. Sasha, though, taken kind of low. Does get a little bit of a return. Going to pick up a key. Deny it from his opponent there. Question is, can Sasha build that squad back up? There is a little bit of action, though. On to Critical. Critical is back in the game at this point. Need to be careful, though. BWT both taken down to 2 squaddies there. Woo! Sasha looking for another medic. More damage. Romanochi, though, on the queen. He's a bigger queen. He's a bigger queen. Going to bait something? Now what's going on here? Giannis pushing off. Beto getting some unit busts. What's happening? What's happening? Looking for the action. Everyone is still kind of spread out. No one's making an aggressive push just yet. The gym counts are relatively low across the board. Samuka, though, taking a beating, though. Samuka in a bunch of trouble. Going to be cornered by Beto and Romanochi. Samuka surely to go down. Question is, who got the kill? Looks like it was Beto. 0 coin cost. Oh, that was because of it. He was dead. All right. A little bit of aggression in the top side. Sasha looking like he's in some trouble. Besarita, massive fireball. Going to take this queen all the way down. The question is, can Besarita secure Sasha? Looks like he does. Besarita playing out of his mind at this moment. What's going on at the bottom? Nothing more to happen there. GG. GG. All right, screenshot for Game 5 should be coming in shortly here. And then we'll have Game 6 and Game 7, and we will know who our grand finalists will be. Grand final will start shortly after the semi ends. GG's. All right, so waiting on the Game 5 screenshot. Let's go ahead and check out our overall score prior to Game 5. So prior to Game 5, we were looking at this. Ash in 1PT, Beto Ramanouchi, and Sasha in the top 3 positions. So VWT hanging on to the possibility. Once we get the screenshot, we'll have a better idea of how the rest of it could shake out. Downloading the screenshot for game number 5 right now. So, Semi 2, game number 5. We'll come back over here. Gonna get our screenshot in. Spibbity spat, bibbity bat. There we go. All right, so VWT taken down into 7th and 9th. Not what they wanted to see. Also, no bust for VWT. So it looks like their position will not be improving in this, headed into game number 6. They might even be dropping a position, although I think there was a gap between 3rd and 4th, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check it out again. Yeah, so Sasha and Giannis might be staying in 3rd, but also Besarita and Critical played out of their minds, or Besarita in general has been playing out of his mind. Being down to only himself for at least 2 games of this set so far. Critical either lagged out or just wasn't there, wasn't available when the competition started. Whew. Whew. So yeah, interesting stuff. Camera's looking a little low. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit. It's a little better. Next round is in 30 seconds. We're headed into game number 6, nerds. Let's look at the overall standings. Overall standings have not yet been updated. We're still looking at the same 53, 48, and 43. 48 and 43. Waiting on that spectate. Still waiting on our spectate. Let's go ahead and pop on over to here. All right. Waiting for Giannis to go live. To go in. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Giannis is in. We're hot with the spectate button this time. The game is starting now. Game number 6. 2 games left in this semifinal set before we progress to the grand final. Giannis on the spike this time. Not on his Barbarian King. Samuka, though, starting with the Mavis as a starter unit. Looking for some early farm. Looking good there. Any early aggression? It's like Ashen one is taking some damage, but he's also standing still. I don't know what's going on with that. Spectate might be a little bit busted. We're going to re-enter. No, that was Buster. That was Buster. Giannis. Giannis is still not moving. Giannis might have lagged out. Sasha needs to play around him, or this could be bad, bad news. Spectate looks like it's funky, man. It looks funky. We're going to get back in once again. Giannis is moving now. Thank goodness. Optimus, looking good. Excellent battle healer start, being able to cover both his Poco and his Wizard. Besarita, gonna punch Giannis. Giannis, though, playing aggressively, does get a unit bust. Gonna heal all the way back up to full with those monsters. RTKVT running through on the queen. Is not going to be caught. Will escape.
2 minutes.
Not a lot of confirmed busts, but here looks to be a fight between Giannis and RTKVT. King versus Spike. Samuka onto Beto. Healing up. Looks like he has a double healer. He does have Poco plus a medic on his queen. Is going to pop his Trader Potion. Dodge the fireball. Very nice. And he should be fine. Plenty of healing for that queen, but there's a lot of aggression right here. Giannis getting chased out. Sasha, though, good positioning to be able to protect Sasha as he escapes. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Looking good. Let's keep floating the spectator around. Dynamite bomb in the corner.
Final stretch.
Where's the action?
Gem line open.
So lots of little engagements all over the place. No one is really dogpiling an area just yet. Keeping the Dynamite alive would be clutch. RTK does, or Arthur does keep his Dynamite alive, but only shortly. But now there's a dog pile. What's going to happen? Arthur goes down. Samuka also taken low. Where's the rest of it? Samuka surely going to be busted as well. But look at all the damage, dude. All these health bars melting. Giannis busted.
6 players
Ramanchi taken low. Ramanchi does escape to the top left. But for how long? He's got to build back up something. Does hold still 209 gems. A little bit of a party in the center. Everyone kind of playing passive. Don't want to throw their current positions. And there it is. GG. Says Iman, what up, dude? Welcome to the stream. All right, so game 6 screenshot should be coming in shortly. We will have one more game, one more semifinal match before we take a brief break, a brief pause, and then we begin our grand final. So waiting for that screenshot. Let's go ahead and throw up our score page. Scores, for some reason, are not being updated. No, they are. It's just I have to click on the screen. So interesting there. Okay, so what we've got so far, Beto and Ramonchi in first place with 81 points. Ash 1 plus VT for 73 points. Sasha and Giannis hanging on to that third place position with 64 points. The question is, if Sasha and Giannis can't get into second place position, it will be third versus third from both of the semifinal brackets to determine the 5th team to advance to finals. So we'll have to see how these scores shake out. I'm going to make sure that I'm refreshing on this. Make sure I'm seeing where the scores are going. It looks like with the 20-point advantage headed into Game 7, Sasha and Giannis have to try to press their point advantage as much as possible. They have to try to press it. They're 21 points behind. No, they're not. They are only 18 points behind Ashen and VT. But only 7 points separates Best Rita and Critical from Sasha and Giannis. Scores are continuing to be updated. The scores are continuing to come in. It looks like at this point, Arthur, RK, and Samuka are out of it. But the question becomes, what's going to happen? What is going to happen here? Individual standings are looking a little bit bare. Not really sure what's going on with this here. Maybe the spreadsheet isn't fully mapped. It's coming in. It's coming in. We need our screenshot for game number 6, and here it is. Game number 6 screenshot. Incoming.
It's going to be 2 game 6. Here it is. Bip, bip, bip. 30 seconds for the final semifinal match before we head to grand finals. Ashen one took that one by 4 gems over Critical. Besserita also, though, hanging on for 4th place. BBK and Yanish. Romanchi and Yanish both got kills. Ashen got a kill. Beto MG also got a kill. Keeping our eyes peeled for the spectate. Let's go and hop on over. Don't want to miss this last one. Don't want to miss the last one here. So, let's get hype. Our grand finalists will be determined after this next game. We already know 2 of them. But we don't know what that 3rd and 4th team or the 5th team will be. 5th place heading into grand finals is going to be a toss-up between, I think, 3rd place finish from semi number 1 and 3rd place finish from semi number 2. Although it may not shake out that way. It might just be whoever has more points behind the top 2 spots. But we'll see. Here we go. Final game of the semifinal round of the Supremacy Duo stage. All right. Yanish on the Barbarian King. Top left side. So Yanish dropping the spike back on his tried and true King. Looking to put up a more consistent gem count and be a more than sufficient protector of Sasha. A little bit of early aggression with Arthur. The log back going to guarantee those gems and coins do go to Yanish here. Let's float the camera around a little bit. Look for a little bit more aggression. Beto taking kind of low on that spike. Beto, though, going to throw out 1 grenade. Go down here. Grab a box. Ooh. Samuka hanging on for dear life. He's going to want to heal up with that Poco. He's going to be fine at this point. But look at this. RTKVT. Going to slip out. Yanish, though, getting ready for a pump here. Ashen one down to no squatties. Excellent grenade to stun off the BK. But the thing is, he's got to get out of there. He's got to get out of there. The dynamite bomb. Boom. Ashen one taken so low. Yanish looking for this kill. Romanchi, though, he's also here. Yanish has to be careful that he isn't third-partied while trying to get Ashen one. That log, though, nasty log. He is able to skirt out, but for how long? Besserita also smelling blood in the water. So much action on the top right side. There are 5 squads on the top right side. 6 squads that I can see. Ashen one still trapped up in that corner. Ashen one taken low once again. He is going to be running for his life. Sasha, though, looks like he might lock it up. And will he? Ashen is still surviving. Ashen, is he dying in the vines, or did that go to Ramanochi? I think it went to Ramanchi. Dynamite bomb. Chaos on this right side. Chaos on the right side. Sasha onto critical. Oh man, what a game. Ramanchi eventually busted. We missed the bust. Tis what it is. Sasha playing really aggressive on this right side. Gonna be throwing out that grenade, trying to guarantee some coins and gems from these Royal Ghosts. Solid strategy. He's probably gonna pick up another trader. Very nice. Moving around, moving around. Samuka. Ooh, boy! Critical eats a lot of damage. But an Ice Blazing Light and or Heart pickup is going to bring him back. Critical still in a weird spot here. Between squads. Pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Tons of healing, though, from that spike. Question is, can Critical get out of there with his life now? Critical taken low. Stun onto Critical. Stun onto Critical again. Besserita also looking low, but on the Barbarian King. Barb Kings are known to be survivors, but can he survive long enough?
No, he ends up getting busted. Unclear to me which player got the bust there. We'll have to see. Critical also taken low. Picking up gems. 200 gems critical. Giannis trying to pad that gem count. Trying to pad the gem count even more. 225 for Giannis at the very end. Thank you, TC, for streaming this. Let's go. Thank you very much, Kiki. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching, Kiki. Kiki loves some squad. All right, so final screenshot has arrived. Let's go and download that. Game number 7 of semi number 2. So once these scores are populated, we will have a result to see who our grand finalists are. I would anticipate there being a small break for them to go ahead and suss out what the final scores were and double check those. So, game 7. Samuka in first, Sasha in second, Giannis in fourth. So VWT, strong finish. Looks like they will be able to hold, I believe, will be able to hold their second place or their third place spot. I don't think they quite have enough to push into second place, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Too much mental math to do right now, just looking at one scorecard. VT and Beto, 291 and 198. Besserita and Critical, unfortunately, 7th and 8th. Besserita and Critical looks like they will not qualify. Ashen taken out in 10th is a massive, massive deal. But I think Ashen has probably secured a top 2 finish to go to the final. So here we are. Scores should be populating as we speak. And it looks like Beto Ramonchi at 105, Ashen plus VT at 100 have secured their slots. The question is, can Sasha and Giannis, with this last score, push up high enough? The scores are still being populated. Scores still being populated. Is this the final? Will we know our finalists? Soon, soon, soon. We don't know. We don't know yet. But it looks like Beto and Ramonchi plus Ashen 1 and BT have advanced. So VBK and RTK have guaranteed their spot in grand finals. Question is, does VWT advance? There's going to be a comparison to the last semifinal to see what the 5th team will be. VWT desperately want to advance here. In the other semifinal, it looks like Noxon and K-Bum were knocked out of contention. So there's that. How do you even get into Supremacy League? Your team has to be invited by the league organizers. It's not... you have to have a team. B, you have to be invited. We were invited as a last-minute addition to Supremacy because one team folded. I think the day before they were announcing the 10 teams. And we had formed our team like 3 days prior. So TCM is learning a lot throughout this season and the experience here. We're learning a lot very, very fast. And I have to give a shout out to my teammates for A, being troopers, but B, just kind of like keeping their head in the game and not getting discouraged by, not crushing it up or, because a lot of these teams have been at it for a lot longer than we have, like months, if not a year at this point. But it's been a lot of fun. All right, guys. So as we wait to hear our finalists, I'm going to take a bathroom break. When we get back, we will know what's going on for the grand final. So don't go anywhere. Go ahead and get that drink of water. Go ahead and get something to eat or drink. Take a lap around the house, stretch, use the bathroom. We will be right back. 3-minute break. All right, guys, we're back. The question is, who's going to be in the finals? I'm looking for an announcement with those players. I'm not seeing it just yet. I'm seeing the grand finals, stage 2. Let's check out the spreadsheet and see if that reveals all. Let's pull this up. And we have our grand finalists. Let's check it out, guys. Here it is. Throwing it up on screen right now. Bibbidi Bat, Spibbity Spat. Power and Kogama, first seed. Or no, I guess this isn't in any kind of seed order. We have Power and Kogama, Mr. Cool and Benasu. We have Sasha and Janusz. They made it. Beto and Ramanchi, Ashen 1 plus VT. So that means that in our final, we have Spazio, RC, VWT, VBK, and RTK. So W's, congratulations for being grand finalists. Let's see who is going to be the grand final champion today. Let's see. Grand final should be starting shortly. So let's have a nice little chat, yeah? Let's have a nice little chat. Congrats to the finalists. Kiki's saying you got to put the TCM sword as an emote on Discord and here. Yes, I totally agree with you. I should probably swap out. I should probably get the TCM emote instead of the wheelchair emote. Me and my bladder love that you take breaks. LOL. Yeah, man. Got to. If for no other reason, just to rest my voice, because the biggest thing about live streaming that is like difficult for me is the constant talking. My voice is always tired at the end of a stream. I'm sure you have enough sloths to have both. Yeah. Not sure if I can add any emotes, or I might actually have to swap them out, because you have to have a certain number of subs to qualify for like a ton of emotes. But we'll see. In this case, more is more. www.gg. What's up, Mafia? How's it going, brother? How's it going, dude? How's it going? Welcome to the chat. This is the grand final coming up. 7-game set. We have our bands. The bands are... Let me go ahead and flash the proper score screen again. The bands for the grand final are... Uh-oh. You're actively being updated. Maybe I shouldn't show it just yet. Saw something swap. I'm going to make sure that is correct. I'm going to wait. Okay, so here we go. Bands are Arrow Volley, Heal Pack, Burst Shot, Chicken Clone, Giant Heal Station. So actually 5 unique bands for this set. Very, very interesting. Sonic was voted banned 3 times. So Sonic is the hero ban. This, I can confirm, is now accurate. Your grand finalists are on the screen. Your bands are also accurate and on the screen. Papo, WTC, dude, yeah boy. WWW. W. All right. Bands: Arrow Volley, Chicken Burst Shot. I'm gonna pin this. Actually, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go grand final bands. Hero, Sonic. And I'm going to pin. There we go. There we go. Yeah, Mafia, I really don't care, dude. You're watching a tournament, man. Enjoy the tournament. Don't want to hear about your tiredness of the game at this moment. Get hype or get out. Much love. The players that are competing are ultimately extremely excited about the game right now. And the people watching, I would want to be very excited as well. So enjoy. All right, so let's see if we're going to have a game soon. They are creating the lobby right now. We should be getting started in the next couple of minutes, next few minutes. Last time it took a while to get the lobby together, but it looks like, but considering half of these players were in the last set, the last semifinal, This should be created pretty quickly. I can't imagine that the grand finalists would be slow to join the parties. Giannis is already in the team. Cool is in the team, so we can see that all of this is being populated quickly. Good luck wishes here. Still no countdown. Bans have been reminded in Discord to the players, so we know it's gonna. So no one's gonna get it wrong. Love it, TC. You're my best hero. I love you like I like you, my brother. www.w for TC and tournament GG. Let's go, TC. Let's go, man. So excited for tournament. Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. I'd say if you're bored with the core game, get in a tournament play, my guy. Join a team. Get into the SPS scrims and start playing the game differently. That's what has instantly made the game more interesting. We're starting in 30 seconds. Confirmation. Games will begin the grand final stage of the Duo Supremacy League will begin in less than 30 seconds. Get ready, nerds. Get ready. Let me get my microphone a little higher. It's going to be better for us, I think. A little higher, a little bit more in my face. All right, looking hot, looking hot, looking hot, looking hot. Get the script out of here. And my combined chat apparently did break, so I missed a lot of chats earlier, but I am sorry, guys. We got it figured out within the first like half hour. And we're alive! Grand finals have begun. 7 games to determine the victors. Ooh, the lag. Ooh, the spectate. Giannis on his king. RTKVT on the queen. Sasha on his spike. Beto on Latrader. SG Power taking the slow route for that medic or for that Mavis. Should have plenty of coins though. Go ahead and mega that Mavis out. It should be looking for it, but looks like he is coming up to this top right. Little double stun there, but King on the Frank start with that battle healer is going to make him a lot more difficult to lock up. King can uniquely survive very well versus spike stuns. It's one reason why you maybe want to have a BK in a lobby with lots of spikes. Ben is taking a lot of damage though. Driven to the top left corner. Power is going to take the stun, but does get out of there with his life. Like I said. Venice and Cool shading together. Looks like they're farming the same area with one another. Going to be eating each other's Skelly Barrel coins. Looking for some action, though. Looks like a very passive game so far. Everyone wants to make sure that they're large, not being busted early. Arrow volley to mess with VWT strat in punishment for arrow volley in the last rounds. Very methodical. Spazio loves heal station. Yeah, Spazio does love heal station. It would appear. Everybody's spread out, though. No real action just yet. Kind of poking at each other. But Bennis and Mr. Cool just kind of being next to each other, always available to back each other up, is one thing that I'm noticing more and more. It's the teams that can always like be near each other, be around each other, that tend to have the most success. But Bennis who in a bad spot. Bennis busted. Bit off way more than he could chew. But the question is now, what's going to happen up here for Mr. Cool? Mr. Cool is going to have to stay out of trouble and try to live. Ramanchi from VVK ends up being busted. Mr. Cool, though, trying to pick up as many gems as possible. He's going to be running for his life. Beto busted out. Top left. Sasha looks like is also in a lot of trouble. Sasha taken low. But the heals are real. Cool. Trying to secure a kill, but also being taken low. Has to be careful. Unclear who got the kill. I think it was Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool snipes it away. Action in the top right side. Kogama busted. It's a bloodbath. Wow. What a game one for these grand finals. What a game one. Screenshot for game one should be coming in shortly. And we shall see who is going to win it today. Who gets the hot start? Who has the hottest start in our grand final? Waiting for the screen. Waiting for the screen. Whew. Blondie, what is this emote? What is this emote, dude? Choo choo, Blondie. It's like a little bear with a knife. Such a bloodbath. Yeah. All right, game one is in. Saving our screenshot. We're calling it grand final. Grand final. Game one. All right. Over to the scores. The screenshot is here. Spibbity bip. There it is. Power. The nice start. 771 gems. And all the scores are being input right now. Looks like everything's populating. Start looks like this. SB Power with 12 points, followed by Ashen at 11, Mr. Cool at 10. So despite losing Benisu, is able to still finish third with 2 busts for a total of 10 points. Cool only 1 kill. Other was a team kill. Oh, and there is a correction here. So this actually will not be 10. I think this will go down to, in fact, 7, if I'm not mistaken. Because it looks like he team killed. At least that's what some of the chatter is. Okay. So 12, 11, and 8. 7, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. We are getting ready here. Scores are being adjusted. We're going to make sure we're not missing the spectate for the next one. It looks like it has been started. Here we go. Yanish Again on his tried and true king. Moving around though. So Benes and Janusz had a desirable spawn start. Benes doesn't have to worry quite as much. No. And we're already lagged out. Rip life. Try it again. Now, where is Mr. Cool? Where is Mr. Cool? Mr. Cool, okay. Ramanchi on that queen. Is he going to try to make a play with the potion right off the rip? That is the question. Nope. Janusz and Sasha. Looks like they're shading left side. No real action just yet. Everyone's playing a little bit more passively. Not trying for the early bust. You can tell that the tension in these games really builds. Like, as we progress through these different stages. The double stun onto the single battle healer, not going to do anything. Anything else happening? Cool back on his Mortis is an interesting play.
2 minutes.
Ashen. Sasha. But here we go. Action. Beto has been stuck, but his teammate pushes him off. Where's the action? Where's the action? Looking, looking, looking. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Ashen taken low. Can we heal? Can he get out? Barely skirts away. If he loses that max, it's going to be a problem. He's now a slow boy. He's going to get it back, though. Cool is just building up. RTKVT busted. Final minute.
Gem line open.
Here we go. A little action in the very center now. Where's the action? Where's the action? Where's the action? Here we go. Janusz on to Benes. Everyone jockeying for these last few gem objectives. Sasha does get a unit knock. Party in the center. Oh, and here goes the blood. Here's blood. Beto, stun, stun. Beto busted. Can we hold gems? 494. Okay. That's game 2. Screenshots have been requested for game number 2. We'll have those momentarily. Let's go ahead and pull up our score table here. Wait for those to come in. Headed into game number 2, Ashen and VT were leading by 1 point. Power and Kogama leading over Sasha and Janusz by 3 points. A bit larger of a gap between 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but it's to be expected. And here we go. See if we can get our game 2 screenshot incoming right now. Hit the download button. Grand final game 2, baby, bip. Come over here, load you in. Game 2, bip. Here we go. Game 2 results are on the screen right now. Ashen took it, followed closely by Mr. Cool, Sasha, SG Power, and Janusz. Benes, Ramanouchi, and Kogama. Beto was busted by Sasha. VT was busted by Power. Okay. Whew. Voice is already getting tired. Squad N1C says, "Go RC!" So entertaining from the outside. It certainly is. Certainly is. Certainly is. All right, so let's see if we have our scoreboard updated. And we do. Sasha and Giannis take the first place position by 1 point. There is a two-way tie. Or not, it was technically not a tie for second and third. Power and Kogama have one bust over Ashen, one and VT, so it's the tiebreaker. So Power and Kogama, despite having equal points with Ashen and VT, are second and they are third. Mr. Cool and Bennis in the fourth place position. Beto and Romanchi in the fifth place position. Let's look at the individuals here. Power, 2 busts and 21 points. Ashen, 21 points and 1 bust. Sasha, 16 points and 2 busts. Mr. Cool, 16 points and 1 bust. So RC, looking around middle of the pack right now. Very interesting. VBK at the very, very bottom. 9th and 10th position after game number 2. Game number 3 is starting in 30 seconds. Keep our eyes open for that spectate to begin. And we'll be tuning in as soon as that goes live. All right. Looking for the play. Looking for the play. Here it is. We're live. Game number 3 of the grand finals for Supremacy Duo stage. Here we go, nerds. Here we go. All right. Fun fact, me and Tiger both created RC, and then I left because I got bored and had no time. That's okay, dude. It's okay. But thank you for creating a great team. All right. A little elbow drop action from Bennis. So he wants to play that aggressive attack game. Little punch on to Giannis. Can he get out that Mavis? That would be an interesting pickup. Denying the farm even just a little bit longer. Bennis does opt for the Greg. Is going to be stunned, but doesn't really matter. Plenty of HP. Looking for more action, though. Where is the action? Everyone playing their zone. Power on the Greg. Where are we? Where are we? Action top left, though. A little bit of blood up here. 4 squads very close together. But Giannis is there to support Mr. Support his teammate. Bennis on the King. Cool again is on the Mortis. I like that Cool is having such success with Mortis. He's, I think, the most challenging hero to really get the hang of, but can be rewarding if done right, right? Ashen one and his teammate, bottom right. Kogama. Oh, what's going on here, though? Sasha taken low. Sasha busted. Kill over to VWT. Something looks funky. I'm going to re-enter. My spidey sense is tingling. 1 minute left. Ashen one. On the spike. Gonna find a nice little grenade. Chip away 1 unit. Gonna have the Mavis. Very nice. Ashen looking good on farm. Oh, but the invis almost wrecking the spike. Is going to be chasing, though. Keeping the pressure up. Running through. Oh, no. Ashen one. Between a rock and a hard place. He's going to go down. Looks like to Bennis who. More action in the very middle. Power. Kogama. Benisu, now under fire, but he's on this king. Can Benisu survive long enough? Power is busted. Benisu has lasted. Question is, can Benisu live? He just needs to keep his HP bar for 2 more seconds. And he does. Barely survive. What a wild end. That invis was almost brutal onto the spike. That was almost a brutal invis. Scary as heck, man. Such a surprise to see that. Oh my gosh. When you're not expecting it and there's too much going on, you don't always see the little invis sparkles. By the way, if you didn't know, you can see someone while they're invis. It's just you have to look a little bit more carefully. There's little sparkles that are on the map that will show you where their hero is. All right, so we do have our score card, or our screenshot, for game number 3. Downloading that bad boy right now. Game number 3 is downloaded. And we're going to pop it up. Screenshots, bip bip. Game number 3 for the grand final. We have 4 games remaining, almost at that halfway mark. I mean, technically, I guess we are at the halfway mark. All right. In game number 3, Kogama. I'm going to double check, make sure I'm not trolling myself. Yeah, it is game 3. Kogama in first, followed by Benisu, VT, Yanish, and Urmanchi. Very interesting. Mr. Cool and Bennis sitting in 2nd and 6th. All right. Power and Kogama looking very good on that last one as well. Kogama with the 1st place, Power with the 8th. But it looks like VWT, RC, and the VBK all were awarded 1 bust apiece. So very nice. So nice to see the last fighting part. Yeah, totally. All right. Break of 2 minutes. I've just been informed there's going to be a 2-minute break before game 4. So 2-minute break. I'll put up a 1 minute and 30-second timer. And we will begin after that. Don't go anywhere.
All right, we're back. In case you're wondering, no, I didn't wash my hands because I didn't use the bathroom this time. I just don't have a break time. All right, round 4 should be starting soon here. Starting the next round in 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and make sure we're watching. A little bit more coffee for those vocal cords. Take a quick peek at our scores. Scores are right here. I've got my eye on the spectate in case we need to look right now. Power and Kogama lead with 42, followed by Ash and 1 and VT, followed by Mr. Cool and Bennis in the top 3 spots. And we are live. Here we go. Mafia, you need to stop spamming my chat over on YouTube. Like, retracting your messages is not really nice. All right. It looks like the spectate might be slightly bugged out. Unclear. Can't tell what's going on. Can't tell if this is real. Is it real? Interesting positioning. I'm going to quit and rejoin. Yeah, they weren't even in that corner, were they? All right, but it's Tree Giants, so they kind of want to be here, right? And it's interesting that Cool and Bennis are just not afraid. They are not afraid to dominate center. And they have been. Like, whenever there's a neutral objective, they play very aggressively for these neutral objectives, and they're typically very successful with it, too. Hog Stampede is available for their use. And as the Mortis player, that can be a massive get-out-of-jail-free card if you nail it. Early Tails is going to feel really good. Bennis trying to play some support for Mr. Cool over here. Zoning off of the objectives. Cool playing zone duty is going to get 1 unit bust. But what's going on here? Lots of action around the center. Cool taking low. Cool taking very low. Cool going to Blazing Light. Cool still going to get cornered. Cool going to go down for sure. What a party. Bottom left side. So Mr. Cool busted. Massive early bust. The question is, can Benisu keep it together for Mr. Cool? He's all by himself now. He's got to realize that this is a much more difficult game to play, but as a Barbarian King, you have survivability that is much greater than other heroes. Also, with his start of Battle Healer and Wizard, should be able to keep his core units alive with a little bit more reliability. Bennis looks like he's in risk of getting outpaced, but there's a party up on this top left side. I missed it. I missed it. Another bust. No. Kogama on that spike. Playing smart. Dr. T now on the field for Kogama. Are some maps on the field. He might be looking to make a play for his maps now. He is going to jump up in gems. Just got a couple keys. Might not opt to fuse the Dr. T. As expected. Big party in the center, though. Kogama being aggressive. Trying to lock up those gems. Is able to pick 1 unit. Party around the final tree. Power. 401. Not quite losing gems, but should lose some here. Does lose a few. Big dog pile. No bust at the very end. GG. GG. He's currently in the lead. We will find out in just a moment. We'll have the game 4 score results
shortly here. And we'll get after it. Get after it. Let's get it, dudes. Let's get it. Waiting for that Game 4 screenshot. So we have officially crossed the middle point of our finals. We have 3 games remaining in this grand final. To see who will be crowned victorious, who will receive the bonus points for position 1, 2, and 3. Game 4 screenshot is in. Grabbing that one right now. Coming back over here to our score page. And our screenshot will be here. Number 4. Here are the score results for game number 4. Sasha in first place. Janusz falling to 8th. Mr. Cool being knocked early. But Bennis holding on for number 2 by 1 gem. Wild. Absolutely wild. Player spectating seriously needs improvement. Yes, it absolutely does. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So let's go ahead and hop on over to our scorecard screen. The scores are as follows. Power and Kogama of SPZ leading 58 to 52 over VWT, Sasha, and Janusz. Third place so far is RTK, Ashen, and VT. Mr. Cool and Benisu of RC in 4th place, with Beto and Romanchi in 5th. Large gap between 4th and 5th right now. And the score line for 1st through 4th still looks relatively tight. You know, anything could happen. Truly speaking, like 4th could jump to 1st with one good match from Benisu and Mr. Cool. So these top 4 positions are so freaking close. You can see only 1 point separates 2nd and 3rd right now, headed into game number 5. So that's where we're at with that. We are almost ready for the next game. Just waiting for that spectate to come in. Still do not have a next round start yet. No notification from Andre yet. Next round is starting in 30 seconds. All right, so about 30 seconds from this point. Get ready. So we're headed into the final 3 games of this grand final. And with the top 4 positions being so close, anything could happen in these last 3 games. 4th could easily make a jump to 1st. I would say even in one game, with one Rockstar game, 4th could jump to 1st. So this is very tight. This finish is going to be very, very tight. Looking for it. Nat says RTK. W. Let's get some hype in the chat for these players, making it all the way through the semifinal stage. And we have our spectate. Spectate onto Mr. Cool. All right. All right, Mr. Cool back on the BK. Beto on the spike. Romanchi from VBK on the Archer Queen. Benisu on that spike. Sasha finding himself in a little bit of trouble right now. Being fisted around by Mr. Cool. But he'll slip away. Dennis and Mr. Cool have found each other's neighborhood, though. Little stunny. Interesting Hog Rider start with Max on Benisu. That is quite different. Interesting choice. Kogama on the spike. Battle Healer with Mavis start. Doesn't want to lose his supplier, I guess. BWT locking up the center. Looks like a super gem mine game. So a lot of money is going to be free from the very center. But what it doesn't give you is coins. So you can't just play for gems in the center of the map for this mode, because you risk not getting large and then a much larger squad finding you at a later stage of the game and taking all of the gems that you have collected for them. Cool in the bottom left. Looking for the action. Everyone playing very passively. Spread it out. Sasha, though, occupying the gems. Gem counts are certainly highest in the very center of the map. A little bit of aggression over onto Ashen One. Taking kind of low, but he will heal up with that Poco, no problem. W's there, W's there. No action yet. Everyone playing relatively passive game. Yanish, though, finding the aggression over onto Benisu. Does get two units knocked. 3 units knocked. Is going to be able to heal up that wizard. He needs to fuse the or mega the wizard immediately. Very good. Question is he going to get to a battle healer? Does he have it in the back? Is there a battle healer available? Ashen getting a little bit of gems, but Yanish getting tossed around a little bit now. Thing is, because Yanish was so adamant about playing center, does have the gem advantage so far. Bennis getting pushed around, though. Yanish is going to eat a grenade. 2 units busted. Another grenade. A little bit of a healing. Losing the healing. Bennis is in a rough spot right now. Getting tossed into that corner. It's a bloodbath in bottom left. The bloodbath can continue. Sasha taken dangerously low. Yanish busted. Can they get... Sasha is also busted. Benisu will be busted as well, right? Benisu's busted. VWT wiped out in the very last second. Benisu also busted in the very last second. So it looks like 3 busts, if not 4, that I missed. Maybe I missed one earlier. I think it ended up being 3 busts in that game. Question is, who got the bust? In those moments of chaos, we can't always tell. Too much overlap. Pew, pew, pew. Dang. All right, so waiting on that screenshot for game number 5. We have 2 games remaining in this grand final. Who will be victorious? Who will get it done? Who will add bonus points for their team? Scorecard is in. Grand final game number 5. Got the scorecard. We're going to be showing it to you guys in just a moment here. Scorecard for game 5 is live. Here it is. SG Power, Ashen One, Kogama, RTKVT, Beto MG, Ramanchi, all alive at the very end. Benisu and Mr. Cool busted in 7th and 8th place. Also, Sasha and Yanish busted in 9th. Ooh, there's a tie for 8th. Very interesting. I guess it was a simultaneous bust. You don't see that very often. Simultaneous busts for a dual 8th place finish. Very, very interesting there. But Yanish busted in the vines. Very interesting to know that Benisu got 2 busts before going down. So he improves his position by 4 points. So that means that he would jump up to tie with 3rd place, actually. Very interesting there. Ended up tying 3rd place based on those numbers. So despite going down in 7th and giving up points, well, no. But RTK would... Hold on. RTK VT would be up tying with 2nd. So there's so much about the scorecard that we need to sort of do math on, which is going to be done for us in the background. Here we go. The scores are being actively updated. Spazio is leading the competition by 7 points right now. Scores are still being populated. We're going to be waiting. Keep my eye to make sure I'm not missing the spectate as well, in case they've already told them to go. But it's still looking pretty tight. At this point, though, it looks like Power and Kogama will have a top 3 finish if they can just play consistently for these last 2 games. Ashen 1 and VT of RTK could have a run for first place here. Mr. Cool and Benisu, though, hanging on for dear life. There actually is a tie for third, a flat tie for third. I'm not sure how they're deciding who has third place or fourth place based on the fact that both of these squads have 3 kills apiece and tied at 56 points. There could be a tie. There is a tie for third right now, unless there's a rule that I don't know of. So interesting stuff there. Very interesting stuff there. Individual standings are listed here. Spazio dominating first and third place with individuals. RTK second and third with individuals. RC 4th and 8th with individuals. Verwart 5th and 7th. While Vanta Black is still at the very bottom of the standings with only 1 kill to their name. And spectate for game number 6 is live. Here we go. All right, Honest back on his king. Power on his king. Sasha. And this is going to be Spike Heaven. There's going to be some very incendiary fights around these loot goblin piles. Very interesting to see Sasha not picking up this money. There's a lot of money just on the ground. Don't quite understand that. Bro, that is your teammate. This is broken. They wouldn't be doing this. Quit the spectate. Come back. Supercell, please fix the spectate. This has just got to be better, man. All right, lots of action though. Beto busted. Spectate. Oh my word. Oh my word. Bro. Cool though. On to Yanish. Yanish busted. Oh boy, VWT needed to stay in it for longer there to guarantee a third place finish and bonus points for them in this stage. An early bust might be giving ground for fourth place to take over. Looking for the action though. There is tons of action on this bottom left side. Venison Cool playing it cool. Always together, always in the same general zone. Using the BK to kind of state the position, but the fight over the Loot Goblins has started. Bennis is punched around. Power having a really good sized squad for this Barbarian King. One good fist with a decent sized squad could be lights out for a squad. King Fist is not nearly as strong as it was, but let me just say, it's still strong. A good fist can split somebody in half. Sasha in a little bit of trouble. Bennis going on to Sasha. The Bennis hero is getting low. Blazing Light gonna basically diffuse any tension there. Cool stepping up to try to knock around Sasha. Does lose a unit to Benisu. Ashen one though on that spike. 6 seconds to Chaos in the very center. Spikes, no doubt, will be going for this. There it is. The Kings, though, shoving off the pile. So despite having tossed the grenades, the Spikes aren't really able to get the money, though they open up the floor for the money to come out. Kogama looking strong, though. Still sitting on 215 gems. One of the gem leaders so far. Let's see what's going on the outside here. Let's bounce the camera around a little bit more.
30 seconds left.
Looks like mid 200s will be winning this one. Unless we see a bust. Lots of action top left. Lots of action. Cool. Bennis. Cornered. Bennis busted. Oh, man. What a game. What a game. What a game. What a game. So that was game number 6. We are now waiting for a screenshot for game number 6. We have one more game in this grand final. And this will tell us everything that we need to know. Once we get this scorecard, we'll know everything we need to know about how these players need to play this last match. What they have to do to make it into top 3 contention or improve from, say, third to second or second to first, if it's possible. Like, what's the real possibility? Here is the screenshot for game 6. I'm downloading that right now. We'll put it into my overlay in just a moment. All right, so pushing this away. Screenshots here. Game number... Uh-oh. What did I do? Didn't quite get it yet. My bad. Give me this. Download. Grand final. Game number 6. Okay. Grand final game number 6. Open. There it is. Okay, so Sasha on top. Giannis is busted. But Sasha, it was a team bust. So while Sasha got 1 kill onto Benisu for a +2, he took a -1 on by busting his teammate Giannis. So it was only a +1. So Sasha taking 11 points off that match. Kogama and Mr. Cool following in 2nd and 3rd place. VT 4th, Power in 5th. Let's check out the overall scorecard. And we should know, based on these points, what must happen for players to finish. It looks like, guys, we have a very tight placement between 3rd and 4th place. Beto and Ramonchi seem to be out of it mathematically, you know, unless there's like 1st, 2nd place finish for Beto and Ramonchi, plus like a lobby wipe. And even then, I don't know that the math would be right for them to be able to get it. At least get into 3rd place. It looks like Power and Kogama have, at this point, secured a 1st or even 2nd place finish. But in theory, Sasha and Giannis could possibly jump up to 2nd place in this next game. And also, Mr. Cool and Benisu could, in theory, jump up into 3rd place themselves. So this is going to be a very tight and interesting finish in this grand final. Very tight and interesting finish. The next round should be starting, let's see, in 30 seconds. So we're going to keep our eye on that spectate. We got the thumbs. Everyone is aware of the instructions. Get that going. Got this going. Got this going. Final game. Let's go. Spectate is live, baby. Early game aggression. Right out the gate. Giannis. Sasha. Onto Kogama, but he gets away. What a day. What a day. Or did Kogama go, did he go down or did he actually wiggle out? Can't tell. We were a few seconds late. Also, the spectate was having a hard time catching up. Giannis and Sasha have to make plays. They have to get bust. Kogama taken low is busted, but the question is who got the kill? I think it was Cool. Cool got the kill, not Giannis. So the denial. But now Cool stuck with 2 members of VWT. Question is, can Cool get out and get to the safety of his teammate Bennis. He's going to need to. If Cool goes down, this could be major inroad for VWT here. Bennis does show up in the nick of time, able to slip away as well. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a lull in action for the moment. Let's keep bouncing. This is the last game of our grand final. This is going to determine a lot, as we saw by checking out that scorecard. Bennis, though, nice little gym pickups, nice gold pickups. Going to be rebuilding his squad. Here we go. Lots of action top left side. VWT. RTK. Going to be duking it out. 2 losses onto Yanish. Sasha, though, positioning well to protect Yanish. Very interesting. Bennis and Cool chilling together. Remember, Cool got the bust earlier, denying it from Yanish. At least that's what I thought the spectate said. Sasha, not able to find anything. Romanouchi in this corner wants to pick these carrots. Does get the carrots. We'll have a respawn in 9 seconds. Ooh, a little damage though. Trying to get an assassination. Doesn't quite get it. But Sasha is busted in the end. Tons of action around the center. Lots of action. There's blood up top left. What's actually happening though? Oh, and Yanish, dangerously low. He does go down. RTK claims it. "30 seconds. Last-ditch efforts must happen here for those teams that are lower in standings. I wonder what the mental math is right now. 15 seconds. There's going to be some gems pop out. No one goes for it. Cool, though. Looking at Ashen One. Bennis coming in to support him. Ashen One taking a beating. Very nice. And that's going to do it. That's our grand final. Let's check the scores. Let's get the final scores. GG's to all competitors this weekend, including TCM. We didn't make it to semifinals, but it's okay. Gave me the opportunity to stream instead. I'm happy with the outcome of yesterday. I played the best that I possibly could, and I think individually I was second in my group, but I couldn't keep Deadrar alive. I couldn't keep my teammate alive, and it ultimately costed us. All right, so finals. Scorecard is here. Grand final game number 8 or 7 rather. And let's go over here. Screenshot here. Grand final game number 7. On the screen right now. Bip! RTK take the top spot. Benisu takes the second. Mr. Cool takes the 6th. So Benis, man, RC always having at least one player that is in the top. I think maybe they had one game where they got busted out or they were very low. But RC, very consistent finishes game to game. RTK, though, solid. Kogama, busted by Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool, again, denying the kill to Yanish, which I think sealed VWT's fate in the end. I think VWT might have fallen out of contention for a 3rd place finish with that one. Kogama, early game bust. Yep, early game bust. Let's go and check the table here and see what the scores are looking like. And here we go. Looks like your final is Power and Kogama of Spazio. 1st place finish with 100 points. Ashen 1 and VT with a second place finish of 95 points. And Ashen 1 and VT are with RTK, that is, 97 points. Third place, Mr. Cool and Benisu of RC with 83 points. Sasha and Yanish. Fourth place finish with 74 points. Beto and Ramanchi. Fifth place finish with 62 points. So GG's to Spazio for a first place finish. GG's to RTK with second place finish. And GG's to Mr. Cool and Benisu of Royale Champs with a third place finish. First through third will get bonus points for those finishes in their stage that they will carry with them to future stages, to the end of the tournament. So GG's there. Why don't we look at the individual standings? So individual standings, very interesting here. Sasha, 5th place finish. Yanish, 9th place finish. Not able to make it to a podium finish for VWT. Spazio, however, locking up 1st and 4th. Spazio were able to lock up the 1st place finish. RTK, VT, and Ashen 1 had a 2nd and 3rd place individual finishes. They lock up second place. And so what really did it for Spazio to get first was the kills. They overall had four total kills, while RTK had 3 overall kills. And it was those kills that made the difference. Like, only 3 points separated 1st and 2nd place, which is wild, right? Like, that's a wild, only 3-point margin in a 7-game set. Excellent margin. A little bit bigger of a margin, 14-point margin between 2nd and 3rd. But what a tournament this weekend. Congratulations to all players. And GG's to everyone who competed in the Supremacy Duo tournament this weekend. Even in the group stage, TCN was in group stage with 2 teams. We didn't make it to semis, but we learned a lot personally. But GG's to all. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching today. It has been a wild one. It's nice. What's a 3-hour and 13-minute stream? I'm going to rest my voice and probably play some scrims with my teams tonight. Get some more practice for the 5v5 format coming up in the future weeks. Definitely be on the lookout for those competitions. Can't wait to compete in the future. So yeah, guys, much love. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And peace out.